French people drink wine, eat high in fat food, but suffer from heart diseases 50 times less often than the Americans, live longer, and generally stay fit. This concept is called the French paradox, and there is a ton of explanations to it, although no one of them is correct. And it seems like I found the secret behind the French paradox, applied it to my life, and it seems like I'm starting to live more healthy, peacefully, and happily now. But first of all, let's find out why the French paradox is even a concept, why it is the French paradox, not the Spanish one or the Chinese one. In the 1990s, there was a study that revealed that French people, although eat high in fat foods and drink a lot of wine, suffer from heart disease less frequently than Americans. Serge Renaud, who was a scientist in the University of Bordeaux, is considered to be the father of the whole concept. He found the data that people who eat fatty French cheeses, lots of other saturated fats, and drink up to half a bottle of wine per day, which today seems like a bit too much, live longer than other people. At first, this concept doesn't seem even at least similar to truth. It's not possible to eat all that you want, drink alcohol, and don't suffer from diseases, and also keep fit. But if we dive a bit deeper, we'll understand that it's actually quite reasonable, and I am actually starting to feel this positive influence in my life. But is it really statistically proven? Probably it's just a marketing slogan invented by some winemaker or cheesemaker in order to sell more of his products. No, it's actually not. If we look at the statistics, there is actually a clear tendency stating that French people, despite or because of their diet, suffer less from heart diseases and live longer than in the USA. Some statistics give 50 times the difference, others show smaller differences. But even if we look at the official statistics of life duration in France and in the US, the difference is clear. An average American lives 78 years, while an average Frenchman lives 82 years. There were a ton of attempts to demystify the French paradox, telling us that the statistics wasn't true due to some mistakes in calculations, but at the end, French just live longer, which is the evidence that couldn't be argued. It's just a fact. And if it is a fact, we'd better find some reasons for it that could make our lives better. There is a huge theory that links resveratrol consumption with better health. Resveratrol is a polyphenol, basically a molecule which is considered to have beneficial effects on the human body, preventing heart disease, cancer, better recognition, and the whole list of benefits. And resveratrol is found in red wine, so at first glance, everything seems fine in this theory. French drink red wine, consume resveratrol, and thus live longer. But there is a couple of problems here. First is that resveratrol is not a panacea. Actually has some beneficial effects, mostly on cognition and mood, but definitely it doesn't save people from more serious diseases. And secondly, and most importantly, resveratrol is found in red wine in so little amounts that it's just hilarious to talk about some positive effects of it. So drinking red wine to heal from resveratrol is like trying to heal by taking placebo pills. It only works when you believe in it. But what's the actual reason then? Actually, there are 3 reasons that I discovered traveling to France and analyzing their lifestyle. Now I try to stick to these 3 simple rules, and hopefully it will also serve for you to be a little bit like French. I mean, just live a more healthy and happier life. The first thing is the food traditions. In France, food is raised to the level of art. Even if it is a casual lunch, most of the French just won't have a hot dog on the go and a can of Coke. It has to be some substantial meal with several dishes accompanied by a glass of wine, or even 2. Obviously, there is fast food in France, but it is not very popular. People prioritize the ingredients and the quality of the meal to the time and money. They would rather spend some more money on the meal and will eat it slower, consequently reducing the potential for earning money at the same time than just eating a hamburger on the go. I have nothing against hamburgers. A well-made hamburger also can be a nice dish, but not the one from McDonald's. And even fats and carbs in food are different. Long carbs from high-quality pasta are way healthier than fast carbs from some Coke or whatever. Fats from a nice mild cheese are way better than just oily fried pork, for instance. These products cost more than the lower quality ones, but French prioritized food to all of the other expenses. After the Second World War, the French government made it a priority to give people good quality food grown inside the country, and until the modern days, it keeps on the pace. And yes, quality food in France costs a bit less than in the US, for instance, so more people have access to it, and consequently, it elevates the overall quality and duration of life. Like, the French eat a lot of fish as well, which is generally more healthy than meat. The list goes on, and I just want to say that the first pillar of the French paradox is think what you eat. Prioritizing food to money and quality meals to fast food really brings huge benefits in the long-term perspective. The second thing is about the beverages. Yes, a sommelier finally got to say a couple of words about wine in this video, thank God. The French choice of beverages is very simple. They just drink either wine or water. Some coffee as well in the morning. But it is very rare to see people drinking some soft drinks with sugar or spirits or even a beer. Yes, in France, a glass of good wine doesn't cost more than a Coke in a cafe. This was the reason for Robert Parker to become interested in wine while living in France, and this made him one of the most famous people in the world of wine. I mean, the habit to drink wine instead of Coke. But yeah, for French people, it's either wine or water. Water is basically the healthiest beverage in the world, and wine is the healthiest beverage amongst alcoholic beverages. Obviously, lots of alcohol is not good for your health in any form, but like, if you want to drink some alcohol, drink wine. That's the most harmless way, proven by a ton of research. As a sommelier, I have to try a lot of wines. I enjoy having a glass of wine in the evening myself as well, but you just have to know your limits. My limits are 3 glasses per evening, never more than that. Of course, it also depends on the weight, on the ability of the organism to neutralize alcohol, but for me and my like 68 kilos, 1.8 meter height and 26 years, it's 3 glasses of wine. If I don't feel like drinking wine, I drink water or tea, like the French do. Okay, they don't drink tea, they drink coffee. Yeah, I'll cut that in the editing. And probably the most important secret of French longevity is that they enjoy life. Because life is not all about making money, working more and more and more. It's about having a good time with your friends and family and traveling, having a glass of good wine in the evening. When I traveled to France, I noticed that they have totally different work-life balance. They work to live and not live to work. In France, the standard work week is 35 hours long, not 40. It's also a part of this work-life balance. Sometimes I have this feeling like more money, more work, but when I had to say to myself, hey, you're not going to live forever. It's good to do what you love, but don't make it your obsession. And to me, it has a sobering effect because I tend to do more and more all the time. And finally, I find myself in a terrible burnout, which doesn't improve the quality of living by no means. The French just chill. They just don't overcomplicate things. They just find pleasure in life and enjoy it while they can. And it results in low stress, low anxiety, and lower risk of heart attacks. If you're not worried, your heart feels safe, right? I think that's the main secret you have to adopt from the French, and that's the real reason why they live longer. Just eat better quality foods, slower, drink either water or wine with moderation, enjoy life, and don't put too much stress on everything you are doing in the day-to-day life. It works for French people, and hopefully it will work for you as well. Write your thoughts about the French paradox in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.